All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So we're covering the next chapter of Spy Family and finally getting caught up with the series. I took a break after the last chapter because I was busy and preoccupied with some other in real life stuff. So figured I'd get around to it today because I kind of got semi-spoiled on the last chapter basically being a gimmick one. Also, happy Mother's Day to any mothers out there and to anyone that has, a mother still that they have a good relationship with. Happy Mother's Day to you. And for those that don't have a good relationship with their mothers, something which I understand, or at least a complicated relationship, I hope this day is as palpable as it can be. But yeah, without further ado, we'll get into Spy Family in a second here. We'll get back to read through sometime next weekend. I just got preoccupied and busy with other stuff this weekend. I couldn't get around to it. There's going to be a lot of good stuff coming your way, so if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let us dive into it. Just seeing the first page, I'm really hoping this is going to be an actual serious arc and not just like another gag or a gimmick. But we're getting into Spy Family Mission 134 by Tetsuya Endo. With translation by Casey Lowe and lettering by Rina Mappa. And we see Lloyd going, "This is an absolute nightmare," as he's being faced down by Yuri and his cadre of co-workers. And she asks, "So tell me, where did you live before that? Where did you go to college? Who did you associate with there?" It's like one single slip-up and Operation Strix is as good as doomed. Dun 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 dun. It's like, how did I end up in this situation? Jeff, several days earlier. And you see Yuri kind of like furiously wiping his hands. It's like, why are you washing your hands so frantically? Did you bloody them in an interrogation? And he's like, no, it's because of that damn fist bump. And he's thinking back to when he and Lloyd did the fist bump after the TV operation. He's like, what? It's like, I got carried away and that bastard, before I knew it. It's like, you're seriously still going on about that? Must be awful for the poor guy to have a brother-in-law like you. It's like, please don't refer to him as my brother-in-law. And then his other coworker's like, if you love your sister, can't you try to get along with him? He's clearly important to her. He's like, important to her, my butt. And he flashes back to Lloyd You're getting all flustered with, I do love him. He's my husband after all. It's like, you don't understand. When she said that, what she meant was, it's complicated. And you're, hey, are you guys free this weekend? It's like, ooh, what's going on? We getting steak? I'm available. And you see the directors jumping up excitedly nearby. It's like, directors aren't invited. He's like, what? It's like, can my wife join? And Yuri's like, captain? He's like, yeah. And you see back at home with the Forgers, it's, thank you for looking after her. It's like, have fun. And you see that Becky's going on an outing with Anya. It's like, you're the one who's going out. It's like, we'll see you later, Lloyd. And Yor's like, I'll head out too. It's like, I'll walk you out, Master Yor. He's like, have a good day. It's like, it's a shame you have to work on a weekend. And Lloyd's like, well, I have the day off. We haven't trained in a while. What do you say? And Vaughn just flops onto the ground like, woof. It's like, not up to it, huh? It's like, guess I'll catch up on some hospital paperwork. And you see with the wahoo as Yuri barges in with the, I'm here for you, Yor. He's like, Yor had to work at City Hall today. He's like, hello there. He's like, what? It's like, well then, it'll just be you and me. Come. It's like, what? Wait. And you see, whose house is this? As Yuri rings a doorbell. It's like, welcome, please come on in. It's like, oh, Yuri, you're late. And you see his black-haired co-worker opening the door. Him and his wife greeting them. He's like, no, it's like, nice to meet you. It's like, this is my sister. It's like, oh, her husband? Please, come in. It's like, this is a house party? It's like, wait a minute, all these people? It's like, yeah, duh. And you see a clack, 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 clack as he's going through a little mental Rolodex of all of his co-workers, pictures, information. So that's Captain Nicholson, age 38 from SSS Bureau 2, Division 2. And that's Lieutenant O'Connor, age 29 from Bureau 2, Division 1. Lieutenant Peters, age 31, also from Bureau 2, Division 2. Oh no, is this gathering a state security service party? And Yuri's like, these are my colleagues at the Foreign Ministry and some other friends. So there do seem to be some civilian guests as well. But it's clear that this is primarily a gathering of SSS officers. It's like, what was Yuri's objective in dragging me here? And he's like, are you sure it's okay for an outsider like me to be here? So could he have figured out that I'm Twilight? Did I do something to arouse suspicion of the TV station the other day? But how? I used only amateur level makeup techniques, and my set design work was nothing special. Plus, I made certain to stay away from the cameras. How did this happen? What should I do? Should I make a quick exit? No, that might seem more suspicious. And you're, oh, hey, you're Yuri's brother-in-law, aren't you? And you see a little Scarface standing there. It's like, I told you not to call him! Oh, right, I'll introduce you. This is Lloyd Forger. It's like, hello. It's like, Chad Curtis, Ministry of Commerce. Nice to meet you. I'm Chloe. I went to university with Yuri. It's like, Captain Chadwick Curtis, age 36, a 12-year veteran of Bureau 2's 1st Division. The girl beside him is a civilian? No, a rookie agent maybe? And he's like, throb, with stomach pain. And then both of them are like, so that's Lloyd Forger. Who brings their sister's husband to a party? I think back to when the guys gave him the invitation with, feel free to bring close family members. It's like, in that case, captains, can I ask a favor? I want you to determine whether he's truly worthy to be my sister's partner. It's like, forget that, do it yourself. It's like, hey, wait! Chloe's like, oh, that sounds like fun to me. It's like, I can't figure it out on my own. It's like, well, you do tend to lose your mind when your sister's involved. It's like, come on, Captain, let's help him out. It's like, and so here we are. How good of a man is this Lloyd Forger? Let the interrogation begin. It's like, wait, is that Yuri's brother-in-law? Apparently this is supposed to help him emotionally detach from his sister. And you see all of his coworkers have gotten drunk. Like, this is going to be fun. Let's get in on it. It's like the SSS agents were enjoying this. Christ, this is going to be a gag bit, isn't it? He's like, clearly all the SSS agents here are targeting me. So do they suspect me? Or do they? I was like, so they do suspect me. Or do they? So calm down, Twilight, and you have a rip of stomach tearing. It's like, so, I have to ask. You really rather abruptly dragged me here, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's like, what are you people after? He's kind of just glancing around. It's like, Yuri, you don't need to be rude about it. It's like, haha, relax and enjoy yourself. It's just a typical weekend party. Only colleagues, close friends, and their family members are invited. So I guess Yuri sees you as a part of his family now. It's like, oh. It's like, hey, when the hell did I ever say? It's like, okay, someone's getting rambunctious. You need a timeout. It's like, so he's like this at work too? It's like, I feel for you. It can't be easy having him for a brother-in-law. It's like, oh no, he's a lot of fun. Always so much energy. He's like, grrr. Nice Chloe's just like herding him off into the corner. It's like, yeah, he's gone now. Oh my Christ. And you see him just grabbing onto the phone. He just like slides onto the floor. He's like, well, yours, not fair. Everyone's freezing me out. What? You're still working? Well, get over here as soon as it's done. I need you. And then he's like, we've heard so much about you from Yuri. He's like, intel on me? Oh yeah, what sorts of things? Well, all sorts, like things too awful to repeat. It's like, what is it? What do you have on me? It's like, by the way, Mr. Forger, how old are you? He's like, I'm 32. And how tall? What, 187 centimeters? He's like, oh, well, he certainly passed the visual exam, tall and stylish. And she's kind of just glaring at him. It's like, why are they asking such specific questions? My height? Could they be fitting me for a coffin? He's like, and what do you do? He's like, I'm a psychiatrist. He's like, sorry to ask this, but what's your yearly salary? It's like, damn, Chloe just dives right in. It's like, oh my, I'm sure it's about the same as what you ministry officials make. It's like, like, step aside, let me show you how it's done. It's like, caught up in the moment. It's like, roger that. It's like, so, do you ever take your wife shopping or out to eat? It's like, sure, sometimes. What's this? Was he letting his new recruit practice on me? And now comes the real interrogation? And you hear more ripping sounds. It's like, there's a great French place on 4th Street. You ever been? It's like, I can get a sense of his financial status from his eating habits. It's like, oh, the one on that side of the road? We've not eaten there twice now. It's like, but that's a perfect place for you when you people are fabricating alibis. It's like, so where did you and your wife meet? What do you do on your anniversaries? When my wife and I fight, I tend to clam up. What about you? So you say you're a doctor, huh? It's like, so tell me. He's like, well, it's like these rapid fire questions. This is an absolute nightmare. One slip up in Operation Strix is as good as doomed. How would I end up in this situation? It's like, so tell me, what college? He's like, what does that friend do for work? It's like, you see drunk. Like, what month was that? It's like, you guys, reel it in. We're not at work here. It's like, guys, let's give Yuri's poor brother-in-law a break. It's like, oh, sure. It's like, have I weathered the onslaught? So you 1st Division guys always beat around the bush. I only have one question. Tell me, do you love your wife? And Lloyd just completely like clear face, like, yes, I love her. He's like, not a single hint of deception in his eyes. That's what 13 years of experience at the service tells me. You heard him, Yuri. Isn't that great? May they live happily ever after. He's like, guess you're a good guy after all. That's a relief. It's like, his ideology, his personal relationships, nothing problematic detected. Congrats, you passed. And he's like, what? It's like, Yuri asked us to make sure you were a good enough guy for his sister. It's like, I was like, Mr. Curtis! It's like, seems everyone's taking a liking to you. From hearing Yuri whine about you stealing his sister, we're wondering what kind of tough guy you were. He's like, wait, that's what this was about? He's like, oh, I guess I should be relieved then. It's like, that doesn't mean I accept you. And you see later as they're all just sitting around a table drinking and chatting. It's like, so back during the war, only doctors left at the hospital were total quacks. He's like, you don't say. He's like, one slip up and I'm still doomed. It's like, if only your sister was here too, we could have learned so much more. It's like, actually, I just called her. She said she'll come by after work. He's like, oh, so yours coming too? It's like, no way, I can't wait to meet her. He's like, got this scar on the battlefield. He's like, wait, but I used Captain Curtis as my disguise when I was investigating Yor. Alright, thinks back to, like this, I think, way back at the beginning. It's like, we need to ask you a few questions. Can we have a moment of your time? I had to pose as someone close to Yuri to see if we would get a reaction out of her. I never imagined her come back to haunt me like this. If you were to expose him as an SSS officer, it would make him suspicious of all the people around her. It's like, we've met. He's like, when was this? Well, it's not likely she'd remember. I can't risk letting her get anywhere near him. He's like, excuse me, is there a bathroom? It's like, she said she'd be off at 5, so there should be any minute now. And you hear buzz, and you see more. It's like Lloyd's stomach just ripping sounds. Like, yay, Yor's here! So, yeah, should not have expected that much from Endo, I guess, at the start. I guess quick thoughts on the chapter. Yuri is still just incredibly obnoxious. Like, I just cannot stand this man. And he's becoming kind of just, like, more and more cartoony and, like, one-dimensional, so it's kind of even harder to kind of put up with his, like, syscon antics. Apart from that, like, again, I kind of wish we'd actually seen a little bit more bonding between him and Lloyd in this. Like, I wish that actually his co-workers had kind of gotten, like, too deep into the interrogation and kind of forgotten themselves, especially since you had the whole thing of, like, oh, they've gotten, like, really drunk. It would have been really good to kind of see them trying to cross boundaries and Yuri kind of catching on to or noticing that Lloyd seems, like, super uncomfortable and him actually stepping in and telling them to, like, back off. Even if it was him just being like, oh, don't think I'm doing this for you, Forge, or, like, I'm only doing this for my sister because I don't want her to think, like, you know, I was, like, fucking, like, bullying her husband or something like that. I think going with that angle would have been a lot nicer than just kind of Yuri becoming kind of a prop in his own little kind of story here. Also kind of have mixed feelings because, again, the SSS service are basically the equivalent of, like, the Nazi secret police in this universe. So to do this weird kind of, like, comedy, like, humanizing, like, oh, look at us, like, they're just regular people. They get drunk and, like, rag on their coworkers. They have house parties and housewarmings together as well. Like, haha, isn't this so funny? I kind of feel like downplays the fact that these guys are right-wing nationalists that do carry out, like, brutality against protesters, against anyone that, like, basically looks at them the wrong way. So I feel like this is kind of, not flanderizing, not the right word. I feel like it is kind of softening their image a little bit too much, given exactly what kind of work that they're involved in. So yeah, I don't really like the gag angle of, like, oh, like, stupid lawyers, like, he's overreacting and panicking about this, and, like, his anxiety is going to get him, like, a stomach ulcer, like, So I wish, like, Endo would kind of learn to balance the more serious aspects or the more comedic aspects of the story better. Because I feel like lately he's leaning too hard on the comedic aspects to the detriment of everything else, which is, like, the character writing, the story writing, the relationship progression, everything else. So I feel like he needs to find that balance again in the series. But yeah, like, again, I feel like, you know, it's going to be a thing of, like, Lloyd is going to, like, have it's going to be a thing of, like, Lloyd's going to be going around trying to, like, stop them from meeting, doing whatever. It's going to turn out she really didn't remember him all this time, or some other bit, or he'll be like, or she will say he remembers her, and he'd be like, oh, sorry, I must have forgotten, like, blah, blah, blah. And he'll just, like, play it off as a big joke, and Lloyd will be like, oh, I can't believe I, like, took it so seriously. And it's going to be like, I feel like the entire thing's going to be played off for comedy. We'll see if it actually leads to anything interesting, but I doubt it. But yeah, fine chapter, but I'm not liking the certain angles in it. With all that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you know, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.